Do you know what the main thing you need to be cautious of, especially if you're thinking about coming to Africa? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain it to you and break it down, and why a lot of people that are living in the continent are starting to get angry. Hey, Jason here. If you're new to the channel, I am 10 years in the game as a nomad slash expat. I am on my fourth country, third continent here in Lusaka, Zambia, in the southern region of Africa. And one of the things I started doing is sharing with you what I've learned along this 10-year experience. But most importantly, if you're an expat or thinking about becoming one, why you should start looking into Lusaka, Zambia, because it's a hidden gem and no one is talking about the opportunities that's here. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. And it's like, what is the main thing you need to be cautious of? And the main thing you're going to need to be cautious of is other people living in the continent that are from the United States, the UK, and other country, other diasporans. Let me just put it that way. And the reason being is everybody is not here with good intentions. Everybody is not here being able to support themselves financially. And also, when you're just seeing a snapshot of someone's life, you're not getting the accurate picture. And because of that, a lot of people are using these snapshots to paint you a picture that is not true. And what they're doing is they're scamming you out of your money. They're scamming you out of your hard-earned money. If you saw the other video that I posted where I was speaking on what I saw of Kiki Loves Nigeria, I believe is her name. And she was going in on some of these scammers that's in certain, I think most of them are in Eastern Africa. The last night actually, and today I was watching Ken Gunda. But I believe his name is O'Shea Jackson. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe that's his name. But the channel was called Ken Gunda. I had ran across it because I didn't know it was that many people scamming here. And he was doing a video of exposing some of these scammers also. And I really respect them for doing that, because what these scammers don't get is you make all of us look bad. Like, people don't just differentiate like, oh, well, these people are the scammers and these are the good ones. They're lumping us all together. And when they're lumping us all together, you make us look bad. The people who are here doing things correctly, who's out here hustling, who's out here doing everything on their own dime. And it's annoying. Like, I'm going to tell you, it's annoying. I saw it in Panama. I saw it in Colombia. Like, you get tired of this nonsense. And then it's like, you have to justify yourself being a good person. And it's like, dude, I'm not like that. And just give you an example, even in Colombia. And this is why I do not like the passport bro movement. When I was in Colombia, way before there was a passport bro movement, there was very few of those type of travelers coming in. And when they did come in, they just kept everything under wraps. But after they started posting all this stuff on YouTube, these people just coming in being belligerent, these people are getting drugged left and right. Then people started looking at me as like, oh, are you one of them? And they would ask you, they were like, hey, are you one of them? And they were shocked because I could speak Spanish, because most of these guys can't even speak Spanish because they're too lazy to even try to learn the language to make sure your life is safer, which makes no sense. But, it was like time after time after time. And I got tired of it. I'm like, dude, why are y'all so reckless? Why are y'all being like this? Like, when you move around with your passport, you're an ambassador for everyone that looks like you that is coming therefore after you. Like, you have to move with caution. That's something that the military taught me. And I'm so grateful for that lesson, because it taught me, hey, you're an ambassador. When you we send you to another country, you're not there to just act stupid and have fun and be belligerent. You are an ambassador and you need to act like it. And this goes the same way for everyone else who holds a passport. When you go to these countries and you're doing illegal or illicit activities and you're posting all about it, you're making everybody who comes after you look bad, and even the people who came before you. And I don't want to see that here happen in Africa. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to see that happen, because this is a great continent. There's a lot of opportunities here, depending on which countries you're in. And the people are really good people, and they're accepting us. And it's going to be completely different if there's a backlash of anti-American sentiment. It's worse enough with all the things that's going on politically with the U.S. government, how they're doing things in certain countries. It's like, now just think about, as an individual, you have to start justifying yourself each and every time to every single person. It gets tiresome. Like, it's annoying after a while. I'm just telling you, I'm being honest with you. I'm laughing, but you just don't know how annoyed I am on the inside. And it's because I'm just being tactful and I'm using reservation to not say what I really want to say because this isn't a vulgar channel. Like I'm not just a completely outward vulgar channel. And so I was watching Ken Gunda and he was calling out a couple of people. I've seen some of these guys' channels. And I'm going to tell you, like, because I've been in this for 10 years out of the US, you can start categorizing people right away based off the type of content, how they talk, the image they're putting out. You can tell when someone's being heavily filtered and they're not showing you the real them. And because of that, that is why I don't associate with a lot of diasporans. I am very cautious on who I hang around with. I'm very selective on who I talk to. And you do not see me doing content with a lot of people at all. And one of those reasons is I do not condone majority of these content creators that's out here because a lot of them are scammers one way or another. Some of them may not know they're scammers yet. And some of them just don't care. They're just straight, hey, I'm a scam you and get all I can to live my life. And that's for them to deal with when they meet their judgment day. Like, I'm going to leave it at that part. But these guys need to stop. And it's not just guys, it's guys and women, to be honest with you. It's women doing it too. And so this is some of the things you need to watch out for. If someone's building a housing project, if they can't afford it with their own money, you do not need to help them. Do not help someone build their dream. People need to learn if it's your dream, well, damn it, put some effort into your dream. Do what you need to do to build your dream. This is one of the things, like, it used to always get on my nerves when I would hear women be like, oh, my dream wedding. I want this for a dream. I'm like, how much have you saved for your dream wedding? Oh, no, the husband's whoever I marry is going to pay for it. I'm like, why should someone else pay for your dream? And this goes for doing a housing project, even if it's a charity. Like how I showed in the last video, the reusable sanitary pads that I'm purchasing. I've had some people donate to it, but like, I don't ask for donations. I don't ask for that. It's stuff I'm doing out of my pocket. I'm appreciative of the donations that came in. It has now increased it to where the next order, because I can't overwhelm her because she does still have a job, but I have enough for 500 more sanitary pads. But also each and every month, I put my own hard-earned money into that. Like, this is something that is important to me. It's my dream, my legacy that I want to leave behind. So when the day that I'm no longer in Africa, a lot of young women and even older women can be like, hey, this dude came here from Texas. He lived here with us. He became one of us. He really embraced one Zambia, one nation. And look at some of the things he helped do. That's something that's important to me. Like that's not something that you have to do. And that's why I don't really accept donations. So the two that was accepted, they were forced. And it was like, look, we're not taking no for an answer. And I'm very appreciative of it. I will always be appreciative of it. But like, I don't demand someone else to support my dreams, my goals. Also, how the other thing you need to be cautious of if someone's talking about selling you land. In majority countries, a foreigner cannot sell you land. Now, I've been there. There is ways to sell land here in Zambia. I've been researching it. I saw it. However, because of all these scammers, I'm refusing to open up that business. It's just no point in doing it. And also, I don't want to be in a place of where I've overbought on land and now it's like I need to start marketing to sell it. I don't want to do that. If you see, like I tell you about the land that I purchased, how much I'm paying for it, I'm probably going to go out there. I'm not going next month. I'll be in South Africa. What's that, May? I think June or July, I'm going to be going out to the land because I'm going to probably start the foundation on 2 of the shops, getting that together. You're going to see it with me. As I'm going to walk you through it, I'm going to videotape it. I'm going to let you know how much I'm paying for it, the cost, everything. And that's not to sell you. It's just so you can see like, wow, look how far your money can stretch if you come to a country like this. And if you actually successfully come here to invest, to build, to grow. Those are things. But you see, I'm doing that. When I went to Chasefu to purchase the land there, to do the interview with the city council, town council, You see, I didn't tell you like, oh man, we can get all of this land if we just donate it. We can come up and do $1,000 US. We can get this many plots, 3,000. We can get us a gas station. No, like I'm not putting a gas station up. Even when they asked me, it's like, hey, you don't want to do a gas station? I was like, no, that's a lot of money, and that's a lot of room for error. And guess what? I don't have the knowledge base on how to do a gas station correctly, which means I'm at the mercy of whoever's building it. And you think I want to wrap my money up in that, but also your money too? That's crazy. And that is what a lot of these scammers are doing. They're doing things they have no knowledge of. They're not researching. They're not learning about it. Like for as far as the housing projects, the reason why I'm able to do the tiny homes, I've been researching it for the last 15 years. Even to this day, I still research the housing market in the US. What are the housing trends? Why is it that most people are now starting to leave single family homes and to start renting? Like, what is the issue? Because the same issues there is the same issues everywhere else in the world. Guess what? A lot of housing is unaffordable. And here's the funny thing about the US, where they had a tiny home movement, and a tiny home is just a fraction of the cost of a single family home. So guess what? Most people still can't afford it. However, here, where concrete is a lot more affordable, I can build a tiny home at less than a third, if not. Oh, it's so much crazy. Like, let's say this house you're seeing next across the street. Let's say if that house cost $20,000 US, that's probably a 3 or 4 bedroom house, and that's the bill. Cost to build that, not counting the plot, because who knows when they bought it. I can build a tiny home for maybe $2,000 US. Do you get that? I've already measured the bricks. I've seen how they build bed sitters here, which is technically a tiny home, but they don't put in the extra effort. They don't make it nice. They don't give you just a little bit more space, just a little bit, make things a little bit better. And I saw how much it cost to build, because I looked at it firsthand. And I saw how many bricks. So from doing all of the research and the analytical stuff, all I had to do was just analyze and see, okay, let me estimate this many bricks. This is how much the cost of the bricks are. I have an electrician. I have a plumber. I know approximately how much they will charge me to do everything in there. I have an estimate. That's how you do that stuff. But if some of these people just telling you like, oh, they're selling you on the dreams, they're lying to you. But also you see too, I'm not rushing into this because I'm using my money. And because I'm using my money, let me scoot up some. And because I'm using my money, I'm not finna waste my money. Like, do you think I'm gonna waste my money? I worked hard for my money. I went to war for my money. Like, this isn't a joke. Like, this isn't a game. Like, I don't know what some of these people are out here thinking. Like, you cannot play with people's money. And then the moment you don't deliver on what you promised them, you're like, oh, well, this happened. No, you don't have the right to have excuses. But guess what? If I mess up my stuff, I can have every excuse in the book, like, yo, I just wasn't ready. I didn't understand what I was doing. I hired the wrong people. I trusted the wrong person. But guess who's the only person who's going to be hurting from it? Me. Because it's my money. Like, there's a difference between the people here that can afford to live here in Africa. It's not even like Africa is that much more expensive than other places in the world. Most of them can't even afford to get here to become a permanent residence. This is the key. And I'm going to keep reiterating this. Start watching some of these YouTubers and start seeing their patterns, analyzing them. Think outside the box. Don't just listen to what they say. This is one of the things that I loved about being in the military, working military intelligence. It taught you to think outside the box. Just because you have all this information in the box, there's more information outside of that box. Look outside the box. And that's how I actually operate in my life every single day. I'm always thinking outside of the box. What are some things that people are not focused on? If these are the ways to make money, that means there's just this many, much more over here that no one's even looking at. That's how I started doing the mini Bitcoin mining. Like, right now, I think Bitcoin is at 77,000 US dollars for one Bitcoin. And even if it quit dropping, that's cool. Cause guess what I'm doing? I'm dollar cost averaging buying more Bitcoin. And on top of that, Even as it quit dropping, a lot of these miners, these big miners, guess what they're going to do? They're going to cut their machines off because it's becoming too expensive for them. The more these big Bitcoin mining farms shut down some of their machines, guess what that gives me? It gives me a better opportunity to mine a blockchain, and that'll be 3 Bitcoins. 3 Bitcoins, even if, let's say if it's at $60,000, that's 180,000, 60,000 US dollars each. That's 180,000 US dollars for three. And I invested less than 300 US dollars in Bitcoin mining machines. Do you see what I'm talking about? Like, that's the way I think. I don't think in this box. I think outside the box. And a lot of these, because of that, that's how I'm able to see a lot of these scammers when they're talking. And so, like, when you're watching these YouTubers, analyze some of their movements. How frequent are they leaving or going on vacation? Usually when someone has to keep leaving every 3 months or every 6 months, their visa is running out. They're on a tourist visa. Most countries, you get a 90-day tourist visa and you're able to extend for another 90 days, which gives you up to 6 months a year. As you've seen now, I haven't left. I haven't left here since I've been back here since November, and I only went to South Africa in October to see my mom, and I spent a month there to just spend time with her, and that was just because I didn't want her to fly back here because it was such a long flight, and I didn't want to put her body under so much pressure, because for her to come back here, she's going to be extra tired, and then when she fly back out, I had to go straight to South Africa, and from South Africa, I think she went to France, and then France to Texas. That's a lot of travel for someone her age. But when she comes to live here, you want to see her coming here. I'm going to go to South Africa, and we're either going to fly here after a week or so, or I'm going to rent a car and drive her here, or drive my own car there to pick her up and bring her back. But that's how we're probably going to do that. Like next month, I'm going to South Africa because Robert Kiyosaki has an event going on. There's a professional development event. So I'm flying out there. And plus, I'm going out there to do some work with a couple of friends of mine who makes a lot of natural products. She want me to put together some oils. And I'm just going to be mass producing a big batch of oils and also teach one of my buddies there how to do it and leave all the machines and stuff there for them. So that way they can do it. But then you're going to see me back in Zambia. I probably won't leave again, maybe until maybe next year, if I even leave then, just because I'm going to be focused on building. Like, that takes a lot of time. And that's the difference. I've shown you my NRC, which is the National Registration Card. I've shown you my application for the minerals permit. I've shown you my application for Stockbrokers Zambia, which is to get into the Lusaka Stock Exchange. I'm going to show you once I get the government bonds and the government trust, government bonds and I can't remember what it's called. The one that starts with a T, I think it's bonds and trust, I think. But you're going to see all that firsthand. And so that is the difference between these scammers and the ones that are here doing things correctly, because we can show you tangible evidence of what we're doing. You can see the things that we're doing. Like another thing that I'm seeing, like a lot of people, and it's even happening here in Zambia, diasporans are scamming people, telling them like they need $1,000 US to rent a place here. That is a lie. You do not need $1,000 US to rent a place here. I don't care if it's furnished. It ain't like you getting the best quality furniture in the world. It's gonna be basic furniture in a basic ass place. Like, you can rent a great place here for $300 to $500 US. You can furnish a place here with the basics for maybe, let me see, you can get a nice couch for about 7,500 kwacha. That's about $280. You can get a good bed for about 10,000 kwacha. That's maybe $360. So right there, you're looking at about 640. If you need a dining room table or something, that might be another $200. Like, so probably less than $1,000. You can furnish a whole place with no problems. Hell, if you need extra plates and stuff, just call me. I'll give you some of my extras. I have sets of 4. I don't even need them. I just really need 2 plates, 2 bowls, and 2 cups. Like, this craziness of ripping people off and scamming people to support their lifestyles have to stop. I'm really glad people like Kiki Loves Nigeria and Ken Ganda, or I think his name O'Shea Jackson, I think. Sorry about that. I'm trying to make sure I plug everybody's channel right in their name, but I don't want to be associating the wrong channel with the wrong name. But I believe that his name is O'Shea Jackson. I've never met any of these people and never even talked to them. They didn't even come on my radar until yesterday when a video was shared with me about this stuff. And then I just started doing a little bit of deep diving. I'm like, this is bad if people are getting this upset. And it turns a lot of them are actually targeting a lot of older women that are retired. And that's just wrong, man. That is wrong. You're just a low person if you're stealing from an older woman, and especially stealing people's retirement, something that they worked hard for. I don't care if it's $500 US. That's money they worked hard for. And then, like, I saw one where they were telling a person, I think in either Tanzania, Ghana, somewhere, like, you can build your house for 17,000 US. I don't know if that's true there. I know you can do it here, but also, as you see on YouTube, who else is here in Zambia? Who else is here? Even the expats that are here that I know, I don't think any of them are actually doing videos on YouTube. None of them are documenting their life and the things that are going on here. I think I'm the only person in Zambia that's doing this, as far as someone that's from the United States. Maybe other people, I don't know, but I haven't seen them run across their channel. But like, be cautious. Please hit me on that. Be cautious. And as Black people, we have to get to this thing of everybody who shares a pigment of our skin color is not us. Every person who may be classified as Black is not for the well-being of Blacks. I think this is one of the biggest things that the Black community have a problem with. We associate Blackness with just the pigmentation. It needs to be a mindset involved with it too. And I think this is one of those things that other cultures do not have as much of a problem with. And I believe because they don't have a problem with isolating groups of people if they do not hold up to the cultural expectations. And we need to start doing that too. We need to start holding people up to cultural expectations and make Black mean something again. Like, I'm gonna tell you here, like, I don't talk to everybody just because they Black. Like, if you're a worker, like, let's say like the people who work this yard and all that, we have nothing to talk about. I'm not your friend. I'm not your buddy. Like, you need to go to work, take your ass home. That's it. And I know that sounds harsh, but if you start talking more and more to expats who've been at this for a while, they're going to tell you the same thing. Don't think everybody is your family. Everybody is not your friend. Those going to be the ones that's going to be the first ones to screw you over and mess you up. And they are not going to think anything about you having hardships. They're going to just be like, oh, you're an American. Because at the end of the day, they don't give a damn about you. They believe you have some magic money tree in your backyard. Just like these scammers. Like, they act like you have just magic money trees. You just go pluck, oh, let me get $1,000 a day. Like, this is nonsense. People work hard for their money. Man, I wish I could freely speak about the things that I experienced in the war. I wish I was able to freely just speak about those things without any potential problems arising. Like, if a lot of us who went to war that survived, and if we could really tell you what really happened there, you'd be thinking so differently. You'll be mad because one be like, damn, that's all they pay you for all that bullshit you did. But two, you'll be like, yo, this is what war is. It's not the movies. And I'm pretty sure if you have a retirement, you bust your ass out for your job. You bust your ass off for that retirement. People are working hard out here for everything they got. No one has it easy. It don't matter what sex you are, what color you are, race, religion. It is rough out here. People are struggling. People are doing what they got to do to fight for their life. And if you're not willing to fight for yours and you just want to scam people, shame on you. And I'm just going to say this and end it here. The other reason why I'm starting to look and see who all these scammers are is if y'all start coming to Zambia, I'm reporting you to the police. I'm just being dead serious with you. I'm going to report you to the police. I don't want that energy here. Like, it is a beautiful thing here. It is a beautiful setup here in Zambia. And we don't need you here. Keep that nonsense wherever you are or take it back home to your home country. Like it's no shame in saying that, hey, I wasn't able to afford to be there, especially if you're a grown man. Grown man scamming people. I don't care if you're 18, 19. You're a grown ass man. Stop scamming people. Like, let me just stop there. Let me just stop there before I go on a whole nother tangent. Let me stop. But if you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. Also, like, if I've had a few people reach out to me, if you're looking for affordable places here, I'll send you a Facebook link. It's to one of the property places that I use. Because even with me looking for a couple of extra properties just to put on Airbnb to rent out, I'm looking at those properties. There's some nice houses, affordable prices. Just let me know and I'll share the Facebook page to you. I have a few people that are looking at them. They're finding houses that they are liking. And it's going to show you the real prices, man. Like, you do not need to pay $1,000 a month here. Let me say that again. You do not need to pay $1,000 a month to live in Zambia. That is ridiculous. If you're not next door neighbors with the president, why are you going to pay $1,000? That is nothing near what the base cost of living is here. That is not it. You should be looking between $300 to about $500, depending on your family size. Unless you're coming with a huge family, you need like a lot of space, big old house. I think the biggest I saw, let me see, I think it was on Property 24. I saw a 7-bedroom house, and that 7-bedroom was like $800. You get what I'm saying? Like, so do not listen to these people that are telling you need to be looking into $1,000 a month for budget. Those people don't live here. They're doing short-term rentals. Short-term rentals is nothing like living here. I am a permanent resident. I'm telling you this as someone who's a permanent resident. The house I'm living in right here behind me is less than $200 a month. It's barely tipping it, depending on what the exchange rate is. I'm actually probably going to be moving out of here next month, if not the end of this month. And it's going to be a 3-bedroom house, and I'm looking at about $212 a month. You do not need to be looking or be putting aside a budget of $1,000 a month. That is a lie. They are lying to you. I'm telling you this firsthand. This is why I'm actually looking for other houses to rent out and just furnish, just to throw them on Airbnb and use for short-term rentals. If you look on Airbnb, 1,400, 1,200. That's bullshit. There shouldn't, Airbnb, I'm telling you right now, if I have a 2 or 3-bedroom house, it probably will not go more than $500 a month. And yes, that is still a markup where I can make money off of it myself. Do you see how honest that is? Like, it's not a difficult thing. There's no point in lying to people. There's ways to make money being an honest person. And stop letting these people lie to you. And so if you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. And just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.